Now to begin our conference, I'm going to invite up Hendrick Fourmile, who's going to do a welcome to country for us. So could we please welcome up Henry? Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, God. I'm just making sure you guys are all awake here, so g'day. My name's Hendrick Fourmile, and I'm from the Gimuy Wallabarra Yidinji clan of Cairns, and Gimuy is the name we give to this area after the sleepy blue fig tree. Our border goes north to the Barron, south to Mackay Creek, and west to Emerald Creek on the Atherton Tablelands. Our northern neighbour is Jirtugiug on the other side of the Barron River, and our southern neighbour is Kunganji tribe over at Yarrabah. I was born over Yarrabah. That's my mother's country. She's Kunganji, Cairns or Gimuy. That's my father's country. And up here in the north, we follow the father's line. So that's the line I come down. And also, I'd like to say my great-great-grandfather was given the breastplate for King of Cairns back in 1905 on the Queen's birthday by the Governor-General. And if you go out in front to the left in the entrance door, you'll see his photo there as well. So that's the line that I come down. I would always like to say a few stories. They always wanted me to tell a few stories of what I did, where I am. So, born in Yarrabah, I grew up in Mariba, but we also travelled around Palm Island because of my father's used to be in the liaison officer back in the day in the 60s. So we travelled to Palm 3 years, back up to Mariba, Normanton. And so with all the travelling. So, Cairns is my home, is my father's home. And welcome here today for this fantastic meeting for everyone, and hopefully we'll come to some understanding, I suppose. So, Yeini Gimuy Wallabarra Yidinji. Welcome, thank you, and enjoy your day. But before I leave, I'm going to wave to the guy at the back. He's going to show you a clip of aerial view of my country. So, thank you and enjoy.
Back in the dream time, after creation was completed by the rainbow serpent, I was chosen to take my son into the rainforest. We built a campfire. I began to pick up some rocks and crushed them to paint my son. I painted my son with all the tribal colorings and markings. I heard the great rainbow serpent told me, pick up your son and throw him in the air. I loved my son, but I had to obey. I saw him change into a boomerang. He flew into the sky.
Henry, thank you so much for that welcome to country and that amazing film of the journey through country like that. So, and you're sharing a very rich family ancestry too. So we'll have to look for that photo. It's at the front of the hotel, is it? Your great-grandfather. Grandfather. Oh, okay. Well, look, can we just please thank Henry for his welcome to country? Thank you. And may I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land upon which we gather and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. Look, it's a privilege to share this space with you, Henry, and thank you again for welcoming us to country for these next 3 days. Look, good morning everyone. My name's Michael Austin. I'm the chair of the FRSA board. It's a great pleasure to welcome you to the FRSA National Conference for 2018 and welcome to tropical Cairns. Cairns has a special place in the heart of FRSA. This is for a number of you that might have been in the sector long enough would recall the very first national conference was held here in Cairns 10 years ago in 2008. So that was when we first gathered under the banner of the new peak body called Family and Relationship Services Australia. So it does hold a very special place for us and it's great to be back here in Cairns again. Through the last 11 years, the FRSA National Conference is recognised and established as one of the largest annual gatherings of practitioners, academics and policymakers working to support children, families and communities. This year's theme, Be the Change, Leaving No One Behind, is a call to all family and relationship service providers to continue creating better futures for all Australian children, families and communities we serve in our delivery of evidence-informed, collaborative and innovative services. As a national peak body, FRSA has a critical leadership role in representing our member organisations to support their needs and interests and the children, families and communities they serve. This role is vitally important in the current policy and program context. As we know, the bulk of family and relationship services in Australia is under review of one form or another. For DSS-funded services, a range of programs under the Families and Children Activity are under review. It is assuring to see the department running an open and consultative process, and this does provide great opportunity to influence the way forward. We hope to hear an update on how this activity is progressing when the Assistant Minister for Children and Families, Michelle Landry, joins us shortly. For Family Law Services, the ALRC, the Australian Law Reform Commission, is conducting a review of the family law system in Australia. We have been busy throughout the year contributing to this review process, and it is heartening to see the recent discussion paper provides a number of recommendations that both affirm, accentuate and extend the range of family law services provided outside of the court process as delivered by you, our members. Although the Attorney-General, the Honourable Christian Porter, is not able to be here this year, we look forward to hearing from his representative, Senator Amanda Stoker, on Thursday when she joins us. In the midst of this change, the FRSA conference is more important than ever. And on behalf of the board, I thank each and every one of you for choosing to attend this conference. As you'll see in the program, as well as the excellent pre-conference workshops held yesterday and the range of keynote speakers, the concurrent session program is one of our most outstanding yet. We have amassed around 89 presentations for you to choose from. This concurrent session program is designed to showcase the work of our members, and we are proud that so many of these presentations are from our members. These presentations provide a rich resource of information as governments, policymakers, researchers and organisations look intently at the reform challenges ahead. The conference theme lends itself to a range of areas of exploration and discussion, from outcome measurement and reporting to FRSA's ongoing investment in seeking how our sector can take a more coordinated prevention and early intervention approach in its service delivery. As I mentioned, this is the 11th annual national conference we have held, and our conference gets better and better each and every year. And this year's e-journal, a collection of longer peer-reviewed papers based on the abstracts that made their way into the concurrent session program, is also the biggest one yet. After having published 5 papers in the 2016 conference e-journal and 6 the following year, this year's e-journal showcases 9 papers. And we will be launching this year's e-journal on the FRSA website. As well as taking a deep dive into concepts of being the change and leaving no one behind, as we engage in the concurrent sessions over these next 3 days, we have a stellar lineup of international and national keynote presenters and panellists. Numerous keynote speakers will lead us in this deep dive. For instance, Dr. Jackie Huggins will be talking to us about the need to put our clients' voices at the centre of delivering services to our communities, with a focus on Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander children and families. Dr. Howard Barth will be speaking to us about how we can best work with clients facing trauma, and specifically on the use of the trauma framework in child and family services. Dr. Stephen Crossley will be reflecting on the UK's policy and program response following the austerity measures back in 2012-13. He will be speaking specifically about a program the UK government introduced, referred to as the Troubled Families Program. And concepts of leaving no one behind in our service delivery to children and families will be imperative in tomorrow's focus on the family law system, and particularly on the Australian Law Reform Commission's review of the family law system. Part-time ALRC Commissioner Dr. Andrew Bickerdike will be sharing some insights on this, and Judge Joe Harmon of the Federal Circuit Court of Australia will be joining in on the discussion as he presents on how family dispute resolution and alternative dispute resolution is integral to the individual, the community, and the administration of justice. And to dive even deeper into the ideas around how we can be the change and leave no one behind, we will be having 2 panel discussions on day 2 and day 3, so tomorrow and Friday. The first panel discussion will be in response to the question, what would the ideal family law system look like? And the second panel discussion will be a response to the question, leaving no one behind, what are the practical steps that can be taken to meet this aspirational objective? So 2 very big questions for us to consider the next 2 days. But before we move into these varied and fantastic discussions stemming from our conference theme, there are many people and organisations we thank for making this conference possible. So firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the FRSA Board, the Conference Reference Committee and the FRSA Secretariat. I'd like to acknowledge our conference sponsors, including our partners, the Department of Social Services, the Attorney General's Department, and we welcome the staff from both departments that are here joining us for the conference. Our gold sponsors, Better Place Australia, Uniting Care and Drummond Street Services. Our silver sponsor, Interrelate. Our mobile office sponsor, Anglicare Australia. Our exhibitors, Relationships Australia Queensland, Guild Insurance, Australian Institute of Social Relations, the College of Law, Centrecare North Queensland, Emerging Minds, CSNet, Athena, the University of Newcastle, Our Family Wizard, and My Life Super. And our reciprocal sponsors, the Australian Institute of Family Studies and SNAKE National Voice of Our Children and Genealogy. So could you please join me in a round of applause for our conference sponsors, please, and exhibitors. Thank you.